Welcome to the Dirty Sports Podcast. I'm Andy Ruther, coming to you live from the Smut Studio with my co-host, Joey No Chill Prano.
Hello, Andy.
What's going on, buddy?
That's great. Thanks, Andy. What's going on, buddy? No, not much. Just over here doing my thing.
Good pre-show for the record.
Yeah.
I'm going to come in hot.
Good pre-show. Yeah.
Going to come in hot.
I just learned you watched both Magic Mikes. You've seen 50 Shades of Grey. What else? What else you got on there?
Look, man, I'm an enigma.
The Pitch Perfects.
I did not see the Pitch Perfects. I did see both Magic Mikes. I am wearing a Tupac Thug Life hoodie. There's a lot to me, Prano.
I know.
I'm like an onion. You just keep peeling things back. You find out more.
Yeah, great.
Nothing?
I didn't think you were done.
No, I'm done.
Usually when somebody does the onion thing, then they're like, they're this inside this. I thought you were
Yeah.
going to keep going. You're like, I'm an onion. I have layers. Okay. Anyway.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah.
That's all I got. I think intern EJ, I believe, called me very unique, which I took as a compliment.
Yeah, I think you're a very unique person.
Which I took as a compliment. That's good. I think it might have been a compliment.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I'm feeling good, though. I'm feeling really good because this might be my favorite NBA playoffs in recent memory. And I know we're only in the we're only in the semifinals.
Yeah. The conference semifinals.
Yes.
Yep.
But very enjoyable. You can't predict any games.
No. It's been fantastic. That's why I gave the playoff gif a couple weeks ago.
Can you do it again for me?
It's
He closed his eyes this time.
yeah. I wanted to get into it because last time I was a little eyes open.
Now,
it's like
real quick.
you never close your eyes anymore when you give your hips.
If you don't get that reference, please kill yourself. Do you close your eyes during sex?
Do I close my eyes during sex?
Yeah.
No, not that much.
They're normally always open?
I mean, I think when you're kissing, it's weird to just like look at somebody, right?
Yeah.
But sex, yeah. Can I keep my eyes open?
All the time, though?
I mean, unless I'm really like going, unless I'm doing some heavy lifting.
Because in 50 Shades of Grey, they always... No.
Yeah.
Call back.
No, I get it.
Okay. It just wasn't funny. Anyway, tonight, again, I didn't see this coming. Joe Ingles loses his goddamn mind.
27 points, hit 7 threes.
And Houston loses. What was crazy about this game to me was that the Jazz are up 19. You know with Houston's offense, they're going to come back. You just know it.
Yep.
They're at home. They're going to make a push. They come back. I believe they then took a 6-point lead at some point in the third quarter. And then basically the fourth quarter dominated by the Jazz.
Yeah. It was a sloppy game. And there's been in the West so far, like in that series and also in the New Orleans Warriors series, like I knew the Warriors series was over in game one when I thought the Pelicans were playing really well, but the Warriors still beat the shit out of them. They beat them by 30. I'm like, oh, they're playing really well. Oh, they lost by 30. I feel like that's the Rockets-Jazz series as well, even though it's 1-1, even though the Jazz have taken home court. Like that stuff is sometimes, I think, a little bit overrated. But they played really well tonight. The Rockets played poorly. Were taking erratic shots, and it was sloppy, and there were some bad calls. And in the end, there was like a 19-point comeback, and then the Rockets lose. Like, I still think this is a 5 or 6 game series for the Rockets.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I think, you're going to get one, right? And I think that was their one. It just happened to be in Houston. Now, they do have a great home court, no doubt about that. So they could get one in Utah too. But then I still think that was one of those games where I was like, everything had to go right for the Jazz and everything had to go wrong for the Rockets. And there was still a moment late in that game where it was a tie game.
Yeah.
Where the Rockets were up, like you said, up a couple points. And I'm not taking anything away from the Jazz. I think the Jazz have a nice team. I think Snyder's a good coach. But I was watching that game, and like you said, when they were up, I think I tuned in the late second quarter, and the Rockets were down 14, and they were still favored in to win the game at that point.
Yeah.
So.
Well, they couldn't hit their threes.
Yeah, exactly. And there was a lot of terrible, weird calls. It was just a sloppy game. The officiating was sloppy. The ball play was sloppy for a little while.
The officiating's been pretty sloppy this playoffs.
I agree.
It's not been good. A lot of missed calls, a lot of bad calls, a lot of just let them play calls.
Yeah, I mean, a great example was last night in the Cavs-Raptors series. The Kevin Love has the ball trying to get loose from people.
Takes
4 guys are fouling him. He's just fanning his way through a fucking.
But he's also taking steps.
Yeah, no. But first he's getting fouled, and then he's like, "What the fuck is happening?" And then he starts he's like, "I have to get out of this." He actually felt like his personal space being infringed on. Then he starts walking away.
It's like he was getting attacked by bees.
Yeah, and then so they didn't call one of the first 4 fouls. Then they didn't call him traveling. Then they just call him leaving. He's just leaving the arena with the basketball. He's taking his basketball and going home. And then on the way out, he hits DeMar DeRozan with a foul.
A wicked elbow.
An elbow, and they call a foul. I'm like, guys.
Which also, if you're going to call that, could have been a flagrant.
Right. I mean, I think it's got to be on purpose, right? You got to be trying not to go for it. But the thing is, they missed 4 fouls and a travel before they got the elbow call.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's been pretty sloppy.
But it wasn't just that. I had an issue with the call, and I could be wrong on this. What is the technical rule when Serge Ibaka shoots that 3 and LeBron's planted?
What's the technical rule? That's fucking completely incidental contact. LeBron was going the other way.
But that's what I'm saying. LeBron's planted.
Yeah, it's not a foul. It was preposterous.
And Ibaka's, just because his foot on the follow-through lands on LeBron's foot, it's a foul? I'm watching this all confused.
Yeah, you should have been confused. It was stupid.
So it's a bad call.
It's clearly bad. LeBron was leaving he was
go back to the hoop to rebound.
Yeah. So now you could just wherever you land, as long as you don't land clean, you can be. It's a foul. No, you're right. It has been very sloppy reffing throughout the playoffs so far. And honestly, I think it's one of those things where it's a speed of the game thing. I think it's getting too fast for these fucking old men that happen to be really good at jogging to keep up with. Where are the guys? Give me former NBA players that didn't last in the league, or G League guys. Wasn't it Hayward Workman a fucking ref for a while? He might even still be a ref.
Yeah,
he was on the Pacers forever. Give me those guys. They're at least give me somebody that was recently playing the game at some point. I got fucking.
Well, I think most of them, at least they physically look like they're in good shape. A lot of them look jacked. I mean, I'd assume
because they're jogging back and forth. They're really good at jogging 80 feet at a time.
I wonder what the cutoff is for refs. Who was the old white guy who Charles Barkley raced?
Oh, I forget.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. It wasn't Joey Crawford, or was it?
I think it was Joey Crawford. He was 70, dude.
Yeah.
It's just like the driver's license. You got to have a cutoff.
Yeah.
Driver's license, they should have to retake the test at a certain age. At a certain age.
And everything looks so easier in slow-mo.
Bavetta?
Dick Bavetta.
Dick Bavetta.
Yeah.
Bavetta.
How can you look up his age real quick, Trevor?
When they raced or right
how old is Dick Bavetta right now? Because he just retired a few years ago.
Yeah. Joey Crawford might still be in the league, right?
Joey Crawford retired 2 years
Good.
ago.
I'm glad I don't know. But that's the thing. I don't want to know these refs.
You don't want to know the names.
Dick Bavetta is 78 years old.
Oh, I mean, when did he retire?
He's older than my dad.
He's older than my dad too. I can't Walt reffing. Walt can't even walk upstairs.
Yeah.
What are we talking about here?
My dad would be like, "You guys, a handball, illegal."
My dad would be like, "Anybody want any chili? Anybody want any chili during the timeout? I made some of Walt's chili." But they got to clean that shit up because when I was watching the games last night, it reminded me of what I felt was a very bad, and we talked about it at length, very bad officiating during this NFL season.
Yeah.
You can't have that during these playoff games.
No, and so far it really hasn't cost anybody a game. Like, I know everybody wants to say the LeBron goaltend, but again, like the play before that was the wrong call. Like, these things, they tend to like even themselves out, but I don't want them to even themselves out. I want them to just be the right call.
Yeah.
Like, just give me the right fucking call.
Well, let's talk about last night's game.
Okay.
Great game. Basically, the Cavs. No, they didn't have the lead until overtime.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's what happened. They tied it. It goes into overtime. They took their first lead in overtime. They just hung around. They're like that fucking boyfriend who just hangs around, or that girl, just.
I don't know what this riff is.
You
You know that girl just hanging around outside the Magic Mike showing, waiting for you to come out, just hanging around.
After like 10 shows, finally you're like, yeah, I'll give this girl a chance. So.
Wait, you went to see Magic Mike 10 times?
No, I performed. That's the goal. I want to be in Magic Mike 3.
That's your goal?
That's my life goal right now. Andy Ruther, Magic Mike 3. My stage name will be Denty. We already have it all figured out. Anyway, fun game to watch, though.
Yeah. I particularly enjoyed down the stretch when the Toronto Raptors refused to make a layup.
It couldn't hit a shot.
That was fun.
Couldn't hit a shot. And LeBron.
The stats I heard today, Toronto missed their 11 last field goals. Didn't make a field goal last 11 shots, and missed their last 16 of 18 shots in those final minutes.
I mean, that's atrocious.
It's a massive choke job.
Yeah.
I tweeted it last night. I'm like, all year, Raptors fans. Why isn't anybody talking about the Raptors? Why aren't you guys talking about the Raptors? Why aren't you guys talking about the Raptors? Because you could show up in the playoffs, you go up to the top of the fucking tower, and you take a hot shit on your own city. And then you got Drake beefing with fucking Kendrick Perkins. How about Drake don't beef with anybody because you're not a real fucking person?
Well, Drake clearly is he's a bad omen for the team. He's got to realize this. Every year he shows up at the games. Every year they lose. Sit this one out, bro.
But now he's talking shit like, dude, you can't be involved.
What did he say? I haven't followed that closely enough.
I don't know. But apparently there was Kendrick Perkins.
Who's the guy I would
beef.
not want to fight?
No.
So supposedly Kendrick Perkins was saying something to Serge Ibaka as he was walking by because they used to be teammates. And Drake took it as he was really talking. And Perk said that he was like jokingly talking shit to Ibaka. And then supposedly Drake thought he was being like serious, or Drake thought that he was talking to him, blah, blah, blah. And then words
Hey,
were
Drake,
exchanged.
no one's fucking talking to you. No one's ever fucking talked to you that wasn't a clueless millennial who liked shitty rap. A fucking Hotline Bling.
He's got some all right
Oh,
songs.
God.
No,
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Is that what you're going to learn to dance to for your fucking Magic Mike audition? Fucking Drake.
Well, look.
Drake is bitches wet, so that'd be a good
Yeah.
song to come out to, Andy.
Well, look. Yeah, here's my thing on Drake's music. I don't necessarily hate it. I like some of his songs. Yeah, and if you're in the nightclub, not that I go to nightclubs for the record. But
Yeah. When's the last time you were at a nightclub? When was the last time you're like, I'm so glad Drake came on in the nightclub?
Yeah, that's a good question. When is the last time I was in a nightclub? It's probably been years.
Yeah.
Define nightclub, though. Bar versus
A bar? No. Like some place that has a dance floor?
Yeah, it's been a minute. And sadly, it was probably a gay nightclub. That's probably literally the last nightclub I was in. Anyway, back to the actual game. We got to talk about Tyronn Lue moving forward.
Okay.
And I know this is a conversation that I feel like we have every episode during NBA playoffs. But Kevin Love, again, took a hot, steamy shit himself.
Yeah. Kevin Love's terrible. And just refuses to make open shots. He had a couple last night, but I just don't understand Kevin Love. What is the problem?
Yeah. He didn't play well. He was 3 of 13.
I feel like he's shooting scared, and it's like, dude, it's not going to get any worse than everybody calling you a fucking clown.
Yeah. He's
And
not
being
playing good.
I feel like he can't deal with pressure whatsoever, and I feel like the pressure is, Trevor's allergic to fucking Raptors talk, by the way.
There's snot coming out of his nose. There's shit all over his
Got the
face.
sniffles over here, man.
What are you
Hiding.
allergic? What are you allergic to?
I don't know. The Raptors talk, I guess. Drake talk.
and he
I
looks
don't
all
know.
stoned and shit.
He's allergic to Drake.
Thanks for watering.
He's allergic to
Sneezing 10
Drake
times.
bashing. We got a closet fucking super Drake fan over there. Doesn't listen to Panda, only listens to Drake.
But Kevin Love didn't play well. And then
No.
Tristan Thompson comes in. Not only did Kevin Love not play well offensively, Valanciunas.
Bless you.
I thought you said that greatly. I thought you said that
I
perfectly.
thought you said that greatly. So,
He owned Love. Like, he was tearing him up in the first half.
yeah.
Then Tristan Thompson comes in, a bigger body. Thompson, I saw at one point, held him to 1 of 7 shooting.
Yeah.
He D's him up. Also, Thompson contributed 14 points, 12 rebounds. And then I see today's headline, Tyronn Lue says he will not start Kevin Love. I'm sorry, he will not start Tristan Thompson for Kevin Love in Game 3. And you just go, blinking guy meme.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
But, I don't understand why it's one or the other. Like, they started together all the time for years. Now he can't bench Kevin Love for somebody, or he can't, just put Tristan Thompson in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Tyronn Lue is clueless. He stands there, Tyronn Lue has never once closed his mouth. Have you noticed that? He just stands there And I always think, I watch the playoffs streaming. I'm a cord cutter, as they say. So I watch the playoffs on the ESPN app and the TNT app. The TNT app fucking stinks in the playoffs. It's been great all season. The playoffs, I guess everybody's suddenly tuning in.
That's what it is.
And now fucking they can't handle that shit. And it's like, guys, this shit has to work. Every time it cuts to Tyronn Lue, I'm like, fuck, it froze again. And because he's staring completely still with his mouth open, and then they cut away, and I'm like, oh, shit, my shit didn't freeze. Tyronn Lue is just a fucking statue on the sideline. Like, dude, you're coaching in an NBA playoff game. What are you looking at? What is happening in the fourth row across there? You're like, I swear he's in awe of LeBron James just all the time. He's like, man, I'm coaching LeBron James. Like, fucking say something. You see Mike D'Antoni on the sidelines of the Rockets games? That guy, I wish Mike D'Antoni was my dad. That guy on the sidelines is fucking the best. You can hear him yelling at refs. He's not even mic'd. I'm hearing him yell at refs. The microphone isn't on him. I hear him going, what the fuck are you doing? Tyronn Lue's like, this coach is crazy.
Yeah, I told you. It's the, did I leave my oven on all the time? But you're right. The mouth is always open.
Yeah.
It's just,
It's ridiculous.
you know what it's like? Sometimes like you come and you're just like,
But your eyes are closed.
sometimes you open them afterwards, you're like, oh, that was amazing. And you stare at the ceiling, and then you look up and you see Harambe, and you're like, this is a great night. Blessed. R.I.P. Harambe.
All right. That's great.
He's got to make some changes, though. I like how Tristan Thompson's playing.
I mean, they won game one on the road against the 1 seed. So
we got a little help. J.R. Smith played well. Kyle Korver played well. Jeff Green.
LeBron James didn't play that well.
No.
I mean,
That wasn't his best game.
And by the way, that just means he played the best game for anybody else in the playoffs so far. It's like 27 points, 11 and 13 or whatever. But yeah, he played horrible for LeBron James.
Yeah. He didn't shoot well.
Yeah.
He took 30 shots. But whatever. 12. Let me put it this way. I know we always bring it up, but I have to. If Kobe Bryant finishes 12 of 30 with 26 points, 13 assists, and 11 rebounds, Kobe Slurpers.
Well, he sets career highs in rebounds and assists in that game. That's for sure. He's a little off his points.
Yeah.
But he sets career highs in assists and rebounds.
Yeah. I'm excited, though, man.
And people are and then if Kobe did that, they'd be talking about that one fadeaway. Like, oh, Kobe got that fadeaway. He got that from Mike. No one has that fadeaway but Kobe. LeBron made that. That was like that fadeaway that fucking tied the game was incredible. And then he just missed winning that game in in regulation. And you know what I'll tell you about LeBron James, and I'm gonna sit here. Like we should have me slurping LeBron James music at this point. It should just be like romantic music or something like that. But I'll tell you the one thing that I've always appreciated in the Michael Jordan LeBron comparison, all that. When you watch Michael Jordan in the 90s, you were like, uh-oh, here comes Jordan. Like, you always knew he was going to do it. You always knew he was going to take over, and you always knew he was going to fucking tie the game, and you always knew. And I mean, I'm at that place with LeBron James. I was actually, first of all, I knew he was going to hit that shot, and then I was surprised he didn't hit the one to seal it in regulation. Because at this point, I'm just like, he's going to do it.
Yeah.
Like tonight, I knew that the Rockets would come back, but I was like, oh, this could be a game. I wasn't like, oh, James Harden's got this. He's taking over. Like, I feel that way about LeBron James now. I just go, yeah, he's going to do it.
How about that out-of-bounds play
The out-of-bounds lob to LeBron James?
where he jumped and he was fouled?
Yeah, it was fantastic.
It's pretty incredible.
Yeah. They should just do that every time. Whenever I see that on the out-of-bounds play, it makes me think of, like, Happy Gilmore. Oh, I should just hit it in the hole one shot every time. That was way easier.
What still amazes me, and I don't think it's talked about enough, is that this is his 15th season.
Yeah.
It's just not talked about. Here's my thing with LeBron. Everyone's like, oh, you guys slurp LeBron. But I think we have to remember, when I see a play like that, the first thing that goes into my mind, Prano, is, holy shit, this guy just did that, and he's in his 15th season.
Not just his 15th season. We're talking about he's essentially played a full other season of the playoffs. He's made 8 finals in his career. That is an entire other season of basketball.
Yeah.
He's played more minutes in 15 years by far than anybody in history. He, like, the longevity factor, the fact that he's doing this at year 15, like plays like that, taking over games, is unheard of.
It really
it's
is.
unheard of.
It truly is.
Jordan's year 15 was his last year. That was his last year because you know, the greatest competitor of all time retired twice. But his 15th season was in Washington.
Yeah. And someone like Kobe, I believe.
And then
Kobe did 16 seasons?
Yeah. And then you've got Kobe. Yeah, Kobe was.
I think he did 16 seasons.
Might have been 18. Right? Because he came out in 97 or 98. And it's 2 years ago now. But my point about LeBron James is 15. He's dominating at 15 years.
Yeah.
He's dominating.
Kobe at 20.
20 years?
96 to 2016.
Well, he also didn't I mean, not to do one of those things. Kobe also didn't start for, the first 2 years and then missed how many? My point is LeBron's never had, extended time away.
No. And then what's great about that, and this is how you know that you're a fucking loser in life. Mark my words, if you ever done this, you're a fucking loser. And your wife hates you. If you have one, you probably don't. And your parents hate you. You're a disappointment. You're a fucking loser. If you're like, he's cramping. Oh, no, I don't remember Jordan getting cramps. It's like, yeah, he's been playing basketball at the highest level for 15 years. You're upset that his muscles are giving up on him? That he can't, his body literally can't keep up with it. He's doing, he's cramping. It's like, then you've never had a cramp. Like, then you don't know what a cramp is because you're a fucking loser who's never broken out of a walk. Like, you can't help getting fucking cramps.
Yeah. I know.
It's unbelievable. Oh, yeah, maybe if you didn't bitch out and cramp all the time. This dude is in year 15. He's on his 7 straight finals appearances. I understand. Okay, let's talk Jordan again. Jordan, okay, he quit because his dad got killed after the first three championships. Whatever. Yes, I did air quotes. Yes, I stand by my air quotes. Okay, he quit because his dad got killed. This is not something that is made up. This is fact. After the second three-peat, he quit playing basketball because he was mentally and physically beaten. He couldn't do it any longer. He said it. He said, I can't do it with this team. I can't do it with this organization. I'm done. It's just too much. This is just too much for me. That's 3. He just had a 2-year break, and he came back and he had 3, and that was it. He was broken. He couldn't do it anymore. It was too hard for them. They came back. They're setting records, wins records, and they're chasing 3-peats, and I got nothing left to prove, and I'm done. I can't do it. LeBron's at 7 and dominating in the 8th postseason. 8. And people are going to go around calling him LeBum, LeCramp, LeChoke. Like, you're a loser.
They're all losers.
You're a loser.
It's just negative. Again, I don't know how many times we can say this. It's negative people that can't appreciate something that's great. And I don't get it. We should, whether it's LeBron James or Tom Brady or anyone, we should appreciate the great players. Why can't we appreciate people who are great anymore?
The biggest bitch in pro sports is spending $1.5 million a year of his own money to try to keep his body in shape so that it doesn't literally crumble into a pile of fucking sand in a chase for his 8th consecutive appearance in the finals. The biggest bitch in pro sports. The fiercest competitor we have ever seen quit because his body and mind could not take him trying to go to a 4th consecutive finals. I just want you to know that's your hot take. That's your statement. The biggest bitch, the flopper, bitch, cramp, is spending $1 million a year just to do it one more time, just to keep going.
Because he cares that much.
Mr. Killer Instinct was like, I'm done. I can't do it. I'm mentally broken. These are facts. These are factual statements. These all happened.
We love facts here at Dirty Sports, guys. You know, I'm a big fan of facts. Whether they're facts like
And guess what? LeBron James didn't even have a dad. Not from day one. So take that excuse and shove it up your ass, too. He didn't fucking have a dad. So, boom.
And
he wouldn't even.
And if he did, he would not have had his dad murdered because of gambling debts.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Because he doesn't gamble, because he practices.
Yeah. Tell you what, Michael Jordan didn't put that money into his own body. He put that money into gambling, which he lost.
Yeah. I'll tell you where he didn't put I'll tell you who else's body he didn't put that money into. His bookie. Because if he did, they wouldn't have killed his dad.
And that's why I love the show. We're preaching facts, people. Look it up. Google it. Wikipedia. Google it.
Is that a new thing?
Google it. You know who says Google it?
No.
Brett Ernst, which I love. He says that too. Google it. That's all he said. Google it. Just look it up. Fucking Google it. By the way, shout out to our boy Brett Ernst. Cobra Kai came out today.
Did you watch it?
I have not yet, but
Trevor, you watched it?
I did. I watched it 10
so-
o'clock this morning.
So what's the deal? Do I need like a special YouTube to watch this?
I streamed it, so I don't know.
yeah, you streamed it via YouTube.
I went through Reddit.
Oh,
I
you're not
found it
giving
through
our boy
Reddit.
Ernst credit.
I found it out through Reddit because I saw it on Reddit.
These
It was
fucking
a thing.
guys.
Yeah.
Because it came on through Reddit, like Cobra Kai. But it went to YouTube too, so I don't know
Well,
if that.
well, here's what I think. I think Brett actually said this on the show. I think you can get a free YouTube Red subscription. I think even Brett said that. Do a 30-day subscription, bang out his show, and then get rid of that shit.
Great. And how much of it did you watch? One episode?
I just watched the first episode.
And how long was the episode?
It was like 20-something minutes.
Okay. So it's a full it's a sitcom basically.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It
Or
was
a
easy.
show.
Was
Yeah.
Ernst was in it?
No, I didn't see him.
He wasn't in the first episode?
Yeah, I don't think he's in. He said on the show, I don't think he's in until like the 6th episode.
Well, no, he's in. I looked it up. He's in 7 of 10 episodes.
Yeah, but he doesn't start till the 6th episode, or 7 of 10.
What a bitch. La bitch.
Well, I don't know if you know how math works.
Yeah, it's not, I was gonna kill that guy, yeah. He's in 6 or 7, but yeah, I don't think he's in for like the first
2 at
couple
least.
ones. Yeah, 2 at least. Whatever. However many episodes.
Definitely
there
not the
are.
first one.
Yeah, no, he's
Well,
got a couple to go.
Maybe he's maybe he's only in the YouTube ones. Maybe Reddit. Maybe he's not on the Reddit version.
Well, speaking of TV shows,
Yes.
we have something that might be good for the Dirtball fam, Joe Prano.
This is an interesting new partnership that we have here at the Dirty Sports. One of the great pairings of all time. When you think pairings, you think the Dirty Sports and the Kardashians. Do you
Yes.
not, Andy?
That's always what I think. You know me. I've had my hands in the pop culture world. I've actually met Khloe Kardashian.
I know.
So have that in common. Dirtballs, they're casting right now for Revenge Body with Khloe Kardashian.
And they reached out to us because they know about our demographics. They know we are a male-heavy show,
Yes.
and that many of our dirtballs could use a makeover. Not a makeover. I don't want to call it a makeover.
Yes.
Like a body sculpting transformation.
Whether it's physically, athletically,
Yeah.
mentally, emotionally, I think we could all use a makeover to some
Yeah.
degree. But let's be honest, a lot of the dirtballs could use a massive makeover.
Yeah, and again, I don't want to call it a makeover. I don't think they're giving you haircuts or
Yeah.
like or giving you a stylist. But essentially, what the deal is they're going to remake your body.
Yes.
Whether you used to be super skinny and now you're fat, and you want to get back to your trim looks. If you used to be fit and now you're a little, maybe you're me, maybe you're Joe Prano. You used to be super fit, now you're Mr. Dad Bod.
Yeah.
You got to carve it up again.
So if any dirtballs want to submit themselves, there's a few requirements to submit yourself for Revenge Body with Khloe Kardashian. You have to live or be down to travel to Southern California.
Yeah.
Probably live here.
Yeah.
So that's a requirement. Because you're going to have to be here 17 to 20 weeks.
I'll tell you who I thought of. I thought of Matt Pedote. We got to get Pedote on Revenge Body.
He stopped listening to the show, I thought.
No. See, I feel like he's out there and he's listening. I think he should go from skinny video gamer to ripped athlete and then get revenge on you,
Oh!
Andy Ruther.
I like that.
Bring you to his body transformation party, because that's the deal. I watched the episode and it's pretty cool. I watched an episode, I think, from it might have been season 1, and they basically you come out and you have your reveal.
Yeah.
And you get revenge on people.
Well, the one woman has been dating a guy forever, and she put on a lot of weight, and she basically said, this guy's a savage. Her boyfriend of, I believe, 3 years said he bought a ring, but he basically told her he won't marry her until she loses weight. Savage.
Put that ring on a stick like a carrot in front of
Yeah.
a horse.
So that's her revenge.
Yeah.
She's going to get in shape, maybe drought the guy,
Yeah. That'd be a super savage move.
go for somebody else.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you're interested in submitting yourself for Revenge Body with Khloe Kardashian, you can go to theconlincompany.com. That's CONLIN company.com. Click on Now Casting, and you can submit yourself.
And I know they're looking for dirtball type of people. I feel like there's a lot of dirtballs out there that need revenge on some dudes.
Yeah.
Or ladies.
Or
Right?
maybe it's the artist who we can't – the artist. The guy whose name we can't reveal on this show. Maybe he wants to get revenge on me.
Yeah.
He who shall not be named.
Yeah. I think there's some dirtballs out there, and I got to say, I was surprised. I'm gonna admit it. I've trash talked the Kardashians a little bit on the show.
You were surprised that they would reach out to us?
Yeah, I was also surprised because my attitude is always like, what do the Kardashians do? What is it they do? And I got to say, I watched this and I was like, it's pretty cool. They're helping people they're helping people fix their lives.
Yeah.
And I am a man who believes in fixing your life.
Sure.
I've gotten so many DMs over the year of dirtballs like, I'm going to kill myself, my girlfriend this, I'm going to kill myself this, I'm sad about this. Like, you guys, your show gets me through. I'm like, my show? What is my show? I'm pretty much just telling people that think Kobe Bryant is in the conversation with LeBron James that they should jump in the river.
Maybe I'll submit myself.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll submit myself because there's.
You already made your transformation, though. You're already not Fat Andy anymore.
Thank you, but there's always people I can get revenge on. There's
Yeah.
always people. So maybe I'll submit myself.
Ooh, maybe the ex. Maybe carve up those abs, Andy. Get revenge on the ex.
Well, I don't. Yeah, maybe somebody else though. I don't have ill feelings towards her at all. But theconlincompany.com, again, click on Now Casting. And now that we're having this discussion,
Yeah.
I have some breaking news, an email I just got. It's not good. It's from the college SAT board.
Wow. Okay.
It says, Dear Andrew, thank you for registering for the June 2018 SAT. Some of our test dates are only open to students who are taking the test for one of the following intended purposes, such as applying to and attending a college or university undergraduate program or applying for scholarships, financial aid, or programs that require a college admission test. We're asking you to confirm your eligibility. I basically need to fill out a verification form, which is going to state that I'm not going to college, and it sounds like they might not let me take the SAT, which I've already paid for.
That's ridiculous.
Once we receive...
Here's what I think you should do, Andy. I think you should get all ripped up on Khloe Kardashian's revenge body. And you should show up at the SAT office. And you should be like, don't I look like I'm in high school?
But this is unbelievable. Once we receive your response, we'll review your information and let you know within a week if you're eligible. What do you mean I'm not eligible? Okay, you know what? I'm going to look into the camera for this one.
In case the SAT board's watching.
In the age of inclusion that we have here...
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. Let's just stop this right now. Just reply and say that you identify as someone going to college.
Boy who's just graduating college.
Yeah.
The nerve of the SAT board.
I mean, that's the only answer.
I'm serious.
Be like, I identify as an incoming college student.
Yeah.
And if they're going to be like, okay.
Yeah. How dare they say that a 36-year-old straight white male is not eligible to take the SAT?
Also, just say you're Native American. That'll help.
For all they know, you never went to college. This is your one shot. You're trying to get into college.
Well, I had to fill out a profile.
Oh, then never mind.
And what you put on it? Why didn't you just say you didn't go to college?
No, because remember, we had this discussion on an earlier episode. I had to be accurate. I had to call the call support because it wouldn't let me get through. He's like, just be honest on everything. But he didn't let me know. I'm going to call that call support guy in India, bro. You didn't help me out. I'm serious. He was in India. Clearly.
Sanjay, you led me down the wrong path.
Bro, Slumdog Millionaire did not help a brother out.
I got every question right on my SATs.
Yeah, that guy got every question right, and he's answered my cheddar dick calls from Los Angeles. This pisses me off, though, but I'm going to take your advice.
Yeah.
I'm going to say I identify as a 17-year-old.
Don't even just say I identify as an incoming college freshman.
Yeah.
Be like, I'm student fluid.
Exactly. You know, if the Boy Scouts of America don't exist anymore.
They don't?
Basically, no.
What happened?
Joe missed the big news today.
This was the news today?
Yeah.
Guys, I've been dealing with some shit. I don't know if you know.
I know you have. I know you have, buddy. We don't really want to get into that, though, do we?
The Boy Scouts of America thing?
Yeah.
Or Vince?
Well,
they're pretty much letting girls into the Boy Scouts.
Okay.
Like, the Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts are all now one
Are
thing.
merging?
They're changing the
and
name.
they're just the Scouts?
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
They're changing the name.
So now I can buy cookies from dudes? Or what?
Little boys, but yeah.
Yeah. They could be dudes, right?
It will now be Scouts BSA.
Will there still be Cub Scouts?
I don't know.
Or are we not even having an age divide?
I don't know. All I know is this is awful news for any pedophile who wants to touch a Boy Scout.
I was gonna say when they try to find the Scout leaders, they're gonna be like, look, you're gonna have to fuck boys and girls now. Sorry to break it to you, but
I don't get it.
We
either.
cannot have any gender exclusivity in the children that you're having sex with on these campouts.
Wild times we live in.
Yeah.
You want to talk a little baseball?
Sure.
I know you guys are going in depth on Dirty Slides.
Yeah.
Which everyone should listen and download.
Yeah. I thought we had a great episode today. I was a big fan of today's episode.
I'm about 15 minutes in.
How you feel so far?
I'm liking it.
Great.
I was kind of amazed. There was 2 Andy Ruther references pretty off the bat, comparing I think Laz had a great joke about my batting skills against Max Scherzer.
Oh yeah. And what was the other one?
I don't know. You had another one. I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Joe. By the way, can we give a shout out to Joe interns? Double dipping today. Look at this guy.
2 pods in one day.
2 pods one day. He's like the LeBron James of podcasting.
That's right.
He's racking up those fucking minutes.
I'm the Bo Jackson of podcasting.
Yeah.
Deion Sanders. I'm helicoptering from one sport to the other.
That's why you couldn't walk over with the equipment. I had to pick it up.
Yeah, I was spent, dude.
Because you were cramping
Yeah, exactly.
from
Exactly.
podcasting so
Too
hard.
much podcasting.
Yeah.
Joey Podcasts is back.
Yeah, he's back. I love it.
But some breaking news since I recorded Dirty Slides. Jacob DeGrom's hurt.
Oh,
So,
no.
Yeah.
What happened?
Hyperextended his elbow. So I'm not saying that one of these interns is really going to have to step in for me soon, but my dog died. Jacob DeGrom got hurt. If the Knicks hire Mark Jackson, I will just go walking into the ocean, and I will just keep walking.
Well, that'll make 2 podcasts with Solo Ruther.
Yeah.
And then a lot of other dirtballs will walk right into
Ruther
the
will
ocean.
get the corner report and I'll be like, take print off the logo. You're sure he's dead? I'm going to need a new logo.
So, how long is he out? Do we know?
Hyperextended elbow. I haven't heard that before. I did some research. The 2 guys I could find, J.J. Putz was out like 5 weeks. Somebody else was out like 2 to 3 weeks. So the one good thing is he hurt it while he was swinging the bat. He came out, he pitched a perfect 4th, and then I guess he felt uncomfortable. So hopefully that's not it. I'm hopeful, though. I'm keeping hope that this is the Dark Knight Rises. Matt Harvey, who has been fucking a disaster in the bullpen. This is Jacob DeGrom is essentially Harvey Dent, and Matt Harvey comes back in, becomes the Dark Knight again, rises from the ashes, and then DeGrom comes back with some short, hyperextended elbow thing, and suddenly we're back.
Man, I think you're living in a fantasy world.
I think I am too. I'm just trying not to kill myself.
Okay. Yeah, we don't want that. You guys took that L today, I see.
Yeah, and it was a 0-0 pitching duel until Jacob DeGrom left, and then we lost by a touchdown.
Well, to make matters worse, your crosstown rival in New York is surging now.
Yep.
The Yankees are just 2 games back. The Red Sox are just plummeting, and the Yankees have won 9 of 10, and they're right there now.
Yeah. Fuck the Yankees.
What are the? I'll be honest, I haven't been watching too much baseball.
Didi Gregorius is leading baseball in everything.
He's crushing the game.
Yeah.
And
He's playing fantastic.
why are the Sox slumping?
I mean, they just started off incredibly hot.
Sure.
You know, these things have a tendency to balance themselves out. They weren't going to go 150-12.
Can we talk about the AL Central for a minute?
Sure.
Why does every team suck?
Well,
There's only one team with a winning record.
yeah. Cleveland's winning the division right now, right?
It's 16 and 13,
And everybody else is under 500.
including 2 teams with 8 wins.
Yeah. Well, because the Kansas City Royals and the White Sox suck.
Yes.
And you play a lot of teams in your own division. And the rest of the guys, you know, getting beat up around the league. The Central's not that good. And Cleveland's been meh so far. But I'm sure they're stockpiling wins against the rest of those guys.
You watch every Mets game?
Yes.
Every game.
Every game, TV or radio. Yeah.
Man, that is some dedication. How do you do that?
I mean, again, baseball's on. For me, baseball's on in the background a lot. If I'm at home and I'm not doing anything, I'll sit there and watch a Mets game. But a lot of times it's on, you know, in the car. I'm driving somewhere, or it's on at home. I'm doing some work, and I'm essentially like listening to it. But yeah, I mean, I would say I watch or listen to 85% of Mets innings.
Wow.
Yeah. Like tonight, after DeGrom got hurt, I switched over to the Rockets game, and then I switched back, and the Mets were getting pissed on, and then I just stuck with the Rockets game. So I watched like the first 7 innings of the game.
Well, I am going to check out my worst Major League Baseball team, Cincinnati Reds,
Yeah.
next week.
Honestly, I know you didn't get too far into Dirty Slides today because Ohio, we came at Ohio hard.
Oh, you did?
And the Reds being terrible. I said basically if it wasn't for the historical significance of the Reds that they should be removed.
Oh!
I mean, you guys are just making no effort.
None. It's a minor
And
league
also
team.
free Joey Votto. I said send that dude back to Canada.
Yeah.
He's a goddamn Canadian hero.
Did you see his interview? What he said the other day,
Yeah. Play more baseball.
and how happy he was, and I'll play in the cold, I'll play in the snow.
Yeah. He's saying all the right things. The rest of the
And he
Cincinnati
said
Reds are like, oh, this chili's pretty good.
Well, I'm not good. Here's the deal with the Reds. They're putting out a minor league team.
Yeah.
It's just they don't have the players. But I'm going to see them next week. I'm going to go. They have a 4-game series out here in L.A., and it's a weekend series, Thursday through Sunday. I'll probably go to at least one game, maybe two. And, of course, I'm going to get my tickets on SeatGeek. In fact, I was on SeatGeek last night, Prano, and you threw this idea out last episode about me and you going to see U2 at the Forum,
Yeah.
which is just a couple weeks from now.
I know. How are the tickets looking?
They're looking all right. I mean, it's U2, man. So
Yeah.
I'll be honest. Like, I was looking at on SeatGeek. I saw there's a few tickets left for $90, but maybe not the best location.
Well, good news for you, Andy, because you've never been. Nobody in the history of any sort of entertainment does in an arena or in a stadium what U2 does. I sat 200 yards away from them at the Rose Bowl, and that I felt like I was on stage. It's ridiculous.
Okay.
I've sat in the last row of Madison Square Garden and watched
Well,
U2.
I'm excited. So I'm going to hop back on SeatGeek, take advantage of the great offer that we have and that you guys can all take advantage of, because all listeners get $20 off their first SeatGeek purchase. Just download the SeatGeek app and enter promo code DIRTY today. That's promo code DIRTY for $20 off your first SeatGeek purchase. U2, that'll be the good news, SeatGeek. The bad news, SeatGeek, is watching the Reds play baseball.
Yeah.
So there you have
One
it.
of those will be a great experience.
Yes.
But you like the hot dogs and the tacos and all that stuff at Dodger Stadium. I have a piece of advice for you when you go to the Reds game. Don't bring your drugs, and if you do, don't hand them to security.
Yeah, I'm going to try not to do that this time.
Although if you go in your Reds gear, they're going to be like, we get it.
Did you see these pictures?
Should have brought painkillers.
Did you?
Yeah.
Heroin. Jesus. Did you see the pictures from the Marlins game?
It's a joke, dude. Florida baseball in general.
Dude, look at these. No, this isn't it.
I was like, that's not Marlins Stadium. Marlins Stadium's that inside fucking dump.
Where's the
Is this empty seats galore on Twitter?
Yeah, it's at empty seats pics on Twitter. This is the Marlins game, dude. They're saying announced attendance was 5,415.
Wow.
There's no way there's 5,000 people there. Look at this.
Either way, like,
Look at this.
I've never been to a game where they announced 5,000. I don't think I've ever been to a game where they announced like less than like 12 or 13,000
So look at this.
people at
If
the
they
ballpark.
announce 5,415 fans, are we going to say half?
So more people go to college basketball games.
Look at this.
That's disgraceful.
There's literally in the upper decks, there's not even the upper decks, the middle, the loge, there's not one person.
Yeah.
What the Marlins are doing and what
Derek Jeter, greatest president in the history of baseball. Respect.
it is a disgrace. We got to talk to Black fucking Marlins man about this, because this is a disgrace what baseball is allowing to happen to the sport. It really is.
Yeah. Take the Marlins. Man,
Take the Reds too.
Yeah, I said take the Rays. No one's going to take. And the Rays play in a fucking dump.
Yeah.
No one's going to Rays games. No one's going to Marlins games. And also, the Marlins are fucking, like, have a nice stadium, and it's inside now. Like, what the fuck are the rest of the people in Miami doing?
They don't do shit. We've
Right.
talked about this. Miami, to me, might be the worst sports town. It's up there.
Miami's such a gross place, though. Like, Miami's good for a weekend. You're, like, walking on South Beach. You're like, this is dope. The hotels. You're like, oh, fucking awesome. You stay in Miami 4 days, you start to be like, oh, Miami's kind of like, Miami's like a fresh coat of paint away from being like a slum.
You know, I've never actually been there. I flew into Fort Lauderdale. I did a show in Boca Raton. That's about the closest.
Yeah.
I've never been down to Miami.
I mean, it's fun, again, for like a weekend. You stay too long, you're like, oh, Florida's gross.
My buddy describes Miami. He says, you might disagree with this then. He says Miami is L.A. meets Vegas, like the vibe.
What? I absolutely disagree with that.
Why do you say that?
The vibe in terms of like what? Who's out at the clubs and shit?
Well, just kind of the city because it's all right, like a big nightlife,
Yeah.
which is Vegas, and then L.A. you got the weather and kind of the booze, like showing off the money type of shit.
Yeah, I mean you certainly have that, but it's also like there's such a lack of culture to the city. Like there's the Cuban culture, and there's
Sure.
that whole thing, but that's so separate from like the tourist culture.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you come to Hollywood, you come to LA, you're like, boom. The culture is the entertainment industry. The culture is famous people, right?
Yeah.
The culture is all these places that you've seen on TV. The culture is like landmarks.
Yeah.
You go to Vegas, the culture is the gambling and the experience, the big shows, the big fucking marquees, the big whatever. You go to Miami, the culture is like clubbing, like
And Trick Daddy.
yeah, like the beach kind of. The beach is always fucking windy as fuck and like not that nice. Like it's fine. It's Florida. There's no fucking waves. It's Florida. You know what I mean? Florida.
You know what's great in Florida though? You got to go to Destin.
You like Destin, Florida?
Have you been there?
Yeah. I had a friend that lived down there
It's
for a
the
while.
Gulf side, man.
Yeah.
I like that.
I'm not a big Florida fan in general.
Really?
Florida to me is all like the Valley, where it's just like strip mall after strip mall. I'm not shitting on the Valley. I'm just saying I'm not a big fan of it. Like, you know what I mean? But like if you go down like Ventura Boulevard,
The Valley sucks.
when
The
you go
Valley
down
does suck.
Ventura Boulevard, it's like
Ventura Boulevard's like literally all we got.
yeah. But I'm saying you go down it and it's just like a strip mall.
It is.
It's
No,
just like
it's
you're just
just
like
store after
Applebee's,
store after store after
Mel's,
store.
like
yeah, but
fucking
you know,
whatever.
here's my thing I always say about the Valley is I don't mind going up there occasionally because it always reminds me of being back home. Because the Valley is basically the suburbs.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
very suburban.
But my point is, like, if you go to a neighborhood in the Valley, you go to a neighborhood
Yeah.
in Florida, you're like, oh, this is nice. These houses are dope. But then, like, when you're going out, you're like, I'm going to that main drag, and then, like, right after the gas station, there's, like, a little strip mall that's got, like, an Olive Garden and, like, the bar I'm going to.
Yeah,
You're
very
like,
shit to
no,
do in
what
the
the
Valley.
fuck is
Like,
this?
But
you
is
don't
it-
go hang out in the Valley.
Yeah.
You live in the Valley. You don't go
Yeah.
hang out in the Valley.
No, you're right. But isn't it refreshing? I know for me, if I'm out there, I was just out in the Valley on Monday. It's nice that I know I can park anywhere I want.
Yeah.
Like little things. I mean, parking here is so
I'm just
awful.
talking about like the culture of it. Like
Yeah.
when I go to a place, I want to go out. I want to like see things. I don't want to go to a parking lot where there's a nail salon and a tanning parlor and a masseuse and a Pizza Hut and a Subway and then the bar I'm going
Yeah.
to. I'm like, what is this? I feel like I'm at a fucking TGI Fridays.
Although, get some drinks, get some late night Pizza Hut, get some late night Subway cookies.
Get a fucking massage.
I'm just
Get
saying.
your nails did.
Yeah. Get them nails did, son. Let's talk a little NFL for a quick minute.
What's going on in the NFL?
Well, not that this would ever happen, but the fact that it's making the news is a little worrisome for me. The Jags owner, like, he's all talking about a Super Bowl in London because he's trying to buy Wembley Stadium.
Okay.
So he already owns Man U. He owns the Jaguars. Shahid Khan. Sounds like a Aladdin character. Anyway, right?
Sure. I'm still laughing at Jaguars for the fourth consecutive year.
He's talking about doing a Super Bowl in fucking London. Like, no.
You're gonna hate my take on this. I'm fine with it
Why? Give me your take.
because the Super Bowl is like its own experience anyway. These guys got 2 weeks. People, it's not like when the Super Bowl's in Indianapolis or Minnesota or whatever. It's mostly people that are traveling there for the Super Bowl anyway. So why not fucking play it there? I mean, for years, the Super Bowl would be played in Pasadena when no one was playing in Pasadena, or it's been in many stadiums where there wasn't a pro football team, and it's a destination. It's an event. It's like, they don't play the Final Four at fucking Cameron. You know, they play the Final Four in San Antonio.
But I don't think that's accurate, though, Predator. Not to call you out. I don't think they're doing the Super Bowl where cities didn't have teams. I believe every time it was in Pasadena, there was a team in L.A.
My point is, it wasn't at that stadium. That wasn't a home game.
Okay, I got you.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, it was the Rams or Raiders.
Right, but again, even like I was saying, the Final Four, like you're playing it at this massive thing. You're playing it at the Jerry Dome. You're playing it at whatever. Like, you're going for the event. And honestly, as a football fan and as somebody who's never been to a Super Bowl, when the Giants made the Super Bowl the second time against the Patriots, I could have gone to that Super Bowl, and I was like, do I really want to go to fucking Indianapolis? Like, do I want to go to Indy? Like, I don't think I want to go to Indianapolis.
It's not a good destination.
What the fuck am I going to do in Indianapolis?
I agree with that.
If the Giants were playing a Super Bowl in London, I'd be going.
Yeah. It's more of a destination town.
And, yeah, again, I think people travel for the Super Bowl. If it was a week thing where they play the NFC and AFC championship games, and the next week you got to be in London for the Super Bowl, that'd be fucking stupid. Like, I don't need it affecting the gameplay. But I don't know. I think it's cool. I get it. It's our sport, but also our sport, in my opinion, as I've said many times in the show, they're making some decisions that I think are going to hinder them in the long run with keeping an audience and keeping especially young athletes wanting to play the sport. Go places. Find new eyes on the sport. Like, to me, it's like a cheddar dick thing to be like, oh, fuck you guys. That's why we fucking left you with your fucking stupid T-tax and your fucking don't brush your teeth. Fucking America's sport, NASCAR, Super Bowl's got to be here. Fuck London. Like, I don't know. I think it's dope. Let's do it in London.
Well, I agree with you in saying, look, you'd much rather go to London than Indianapolis
or Minnesota.
Minneapolis. Yeah.
Or fucking half the places that they play the Super Bowl. Basically, every time somebody builds a brand new stadium, I'd rather live in London full time than visit Detroit for the Super Bowl. Like, no.
Yeah. Well, I'm actually going to pull this up because I'm curious now what they have scheduled for Super Bowls in the near future, because let's pull this up. Come on here.
Remember when everybody was like, don't play the Super Bowl in New York. It's going to fucking snow. It's going to be awful. Like, the Super Bowl in New York was dope.
All right, so next year's in Atlanta.
Yep.
Then the Hard Rock Stadium in Miami.
Which no one will be at.
Then back in Tampa. Then out here in L.A. So that's the next 4 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
Those aren't bad choices, though.
No, but, like, if I was going to tell you, you have a choice. You're going to go to a Super Bowl. I'm giving you tickets right now for a Super Bowl a few years from now. You don't know who's going to play. Here's tickets to the Super Bowl. You can go to London or you can go to Tampa.
I mean, come on. That's an easy answer. Of course I'm going to go to London.
Right.
If I have free tickets.
Just the game. Just London or Tampa.
Can I afford to go to London? Yeah, I'm going to go.
It's not that much more expensive than flying to Tampa.
I'm sure it is.
It's probably not.
What do you guys think of doing like a 5-team, 5-year rotation where they just do like the Super Bowls are in New Orleans, Miami, L.A., I guess London, maybe New York's cold there.
Well,
but if you do like warmer weathers every year where you just have like a 5-year good destination team,
so the reason they do it the way they do it is because they're trying to give you the tourism incentive to. So the city's going to pay for the stadium, but then the city's going to make that money back by having everybody come to a Super Bowl, having everybody come to a Final Four, having everybody come to that shit.
Yeah.
That's why it's in Atlanta. Atlanta just put up a new stadium, so they're going to be in Atlanta. Los Angeles, like the Rams moved here because they were going to get a Super Bowl. Like that's just the business of the NFL.
Well, they moved here because they doubled in value.
Right, but they doubled in value because they're going to have this fucking stadium.
Sure.
They have a brand new state-of-the-art stadium in Los Angeles that can host things like the Super Bowl, like the Final Four, like conventions, like, all that shit. That's how they do it. So it's tough to – I mean, that's just the business of the NFL now. They basically have to rotate it to all these new stadiums, and I'm fine with that. But fuck it. Mix it up. If you're gonna make me see a Super Bowl in Detroit, you're gonna make me see a Super Bowl in Houston. Why not give London a Super Bowl? I think that's fucking awesome. I'm down with it.
Okay.
Trevor, you down with the Super Bowl in London?
Because I think you're gonna watch it regardless, or you're gonna
Right.
go regardless.
Right.
Either way, you're gonna go or watch it, so it doesn't matter where it's at.
Weird Twitter, you in?
Yeah, I would definitely. That'd be awesome.
See?
Cheerio.
Yeah. I mean, look, I get that.
Road trip. Road
Yeah.
trip.
I get
road
that we
trip.
put shitty games in London because it's kind of an asshole thing to do.
They're not doing it this year, though. I don't know if you saw on the schedule.
What?
They're not having shitty games in London. They're actually, on paper, again, on paper,
Right.
they're giving London some good games.
Cool. Great. But it used to be like the third and fourth teams in divisions from the year before.
Yes.
Yeah. Again, I mean, with the way travel is, like, let's just fucking do it.
Yeah.
You know? It's easy enough to travel. It's not. We're not talking about this. Not the 70s anymore.
Was travel tough in the 70s?
I mean, I'm just saying, like,
Like they did planes then, bro.
yeah. But I'm saying there's ease of travel now.
You know what blows my mind, by the way, about traveling? Can we talk about this for a minute? The fact that they're still saying no smoking when you fly. Like, it's mind-blowing. Well,
What do you
no
mean?
shit. They still are like, no smoking,
Yeah.
when they do the announcements when you take off. Dude, two things when I hear that. One, when's the last time you could smoke? Two, they fucking let people smoke 30,000 feet in the sky. Like,
Yeah.
no one in their right mind was like, maybe this isn't a good idea.
Yeah. I mean, that was the culture. Just everybody smoked.
But like 30,000 feet in air, and you're in a giant electrical box. Basically, no one thought, hey, maybe this isn't the smartest idea.
Yeah, because, I mean, that plane's not getting taken down by a cigarette, bro. Fuck.
Really?
Don't put it out in the engine. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? The guy cracking open his window to let the air fly out. No, don't do that.
Fucking, I told you, Johnny, don't open the fucking window.
It's just gross as shit, right? You're trapped in a box with no windows. Who wants fucking cigarettes?
Yeah. It's pretty nasty, huh?
Yeah. But it was nasty back in the day when they'd let people smoke at bars and restaurants. Remember there used to be smoking section in restaurants? Hi, where's the awful people section? I'd like to sit there.
It
I
wasn't.
am a disgusting person who likes to smoke and eat simultaneously.
It wasn't that even that long ago.
No.
They still do that.
Still do what?
There's still places that have smoking section, non-smoking section.
Nowhere in Los Angeles.
No.
Fuck
Well,
no,
yeah,
not
but
in a liberal
no, but
state
yeah,
like
but
this.
no, but like you go up north, like even Northern California, you go up north, like you go Bay Area-ish. They have areas. It's like a room that's basically the size of the Smut Shack, and that's where you can hang out. Even like the Disney place, Disney with the ESPN Center, they got a smoking section. They'll block you off if you need to go somewhere to smoke.
God forbid me hit a vape pen at Dodger Stadium. Fucking LAPD fucking takes a bat to my head. Ain't no white privilege there coming at me. I'm just saying, Dodgers, let me fucking hit the vape pen.
I'm uncomfortable. I quit. Gotcha, bitches.
Do you want to do calls, or do you want to do this last story about the Washington Redskins cheerleaders who apparently
I didn't get to actually click on the link, so I got to hear this.
It's pretty fascinating,
Yeah.
actually, because this didn't happen that long ago. The headline reads, by the way, this is a big New York Times story.
Yeah. Washington cheerleaders.
Were told to serve as escorts for rich sponsors on unsavory Costa Rica trip.
It's a long headline.
So this is the Deadspin article because it's shorter, but taken from today's New York Times article. It said back in 2013, 5 cheerleaders. Oh no, actually, not a bunch. All the cheerleaders went, but 5 cheerleaders told the author of the article about this insane trip where basically they went for a photo shoot, the Redskins cheerleaders, and they were required to pose topless, which I don't think that's in the contract.
No.
Or in body paint, and the team encouraged the all-male group of sponsors and suite holders, the big dogs at the
Right.
games, they were just watching the whole photo shoot and just staring like real creepily. And the cheerleaders were not paid for their work. They were paid for lodging and travel expenses. And then at one point, they were
Get to the escort part.
yeah, they were told to go back to their room and get ready. And several of them began to cry because they knew what was up. She said they weren't putting a gun to our heads, but it was mandatory for us to go out with the guys for the night and to get ready. Other girls said they were devastated because they knew exactly what was supposed to happen. This is insane. The whole story is in the New York Times. It goes way more in depth.
Right. The cheerleaders in the NFL, like even when they do get paid, don't they get like $50 a game or something like that?
What is going on here? Yeah.
Just like don't have cheerleaders. No one has ever watched the cheerleaders, right? Who gives a fuck?
I do occasionally.
Do you?
Yeah.
When you're at the game, like think about a football game.
No, on TV I do.
Yeah, whenever they show them to you for like 2 seconds.
Yeah. I mean, there's some attractive women.
Yeah, but when you're at a football game, like the first 5 rows on the field level can see the cheerleaders. Everybody else has no idea what the fuck's going on. Like, who are you catering to?
Here's another great excerpt from this. 5 cheerleaders characterize their what's up? Yeah, this is a great one. This is the 2012 team. This is the team the year before the cheerleaders. 5 cheerleaders characterize that 2012 team bonding party as a wild gathering where men shot liquor into the cheerleaders' mouths with turkey basters. Below the deck, man handed out cash prizes and twerking contests. No cheerleaders claimed that they were touched inappropriately, but the 2 team captains said the trip was pleasant. One added, they were all adults and got out of the experience what they wanted to get. Well, like, I don't know what's going on here. Turkey basters, twerking contest. This sounds like spring break for me
They
in Mexico.
couldn't just take like a normal shot. They had to take it out of the turkey baster.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like shoving a turkey baster down your throat.
Man, this reminds me of spring break in Mazatlan, Mexico, circa 2004.
Where was it?
Mazatlan. Give EJ the mic. How do you like that fucking Spanish, bro?
No, it was great. It was
It's good. Mazatlan.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
How do you like that fucking Spanish, bro?
I looked for his.
Super Bowl in London? Fuck that. How you like that kind of Spanish, bro?
I think you actually kind of converted me on the Super Bowl in London.
Yeah.
You really.
You came in all Andy Ruther.
I was
You're like,
like, no.
fuck this.
I was
This
like,
is America.
No, I didn't say this is America. I was like, no. But then the more I thought, Indy,
Yeah.
London,
Yeah.
Minneapolis, London, Atlanta, London.
I can't wait for the people that tell me like Colin Kaepernick should be hung to tell me why I'm a fucking a traitor to America for saying that we should play a Super Bowl in London. Look, if they want to just keep it Vegas, L.A., New York, Dallas, I'm cool with that.
Oh shit! I never even thought about a Las Vegas Super Bowl.
Oh, it's coming. That's
cour-
why they're going there.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
Holy shit! That is going to be fucking insane.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be real insane because finally the Redskins cheerleaders will be able to legally do what they do on these boat parties. Get taxed for that money.
Dan Snyder, man, he's just kind of a disaster.
Yeah.
Like, this is all under his watch.
Yeah. They went to his office and they were like, Mr. Snyder, we were on this Costa Rican trip. And he was like, our team is named the Redskins. I give 0 fucks what you think. I will scalp you.
He's like, do you remember the contract that I gave Deion Sanders
Yeah.
when I first became the owner in 2001? It was the worst fucking deal ever. You remember that deal?
Yeah.
Awful. You want to get us some calls?
Sure, let's do it.
I'm kind of excited tonight. Dirt balls, we're pretty good with the calls. And a bunch of them made me laugh today.
I got the ghetto headphones tonight.
Oh, Trevor.
Trevor, you got to hook me up with the good headphones. I have a set of headphones I wear.
Well, there's only. Yeah, I could have done that. Yeah, I could have switched headphones.
That's all right.
There's a pair of headphones EJ and I need over here to make it work. But yeah, I could have switched you and Ruther up.
Look at Ruther. He looks all.
Yeah, Ruther got some good ones. Yeah.
I'm so happy.
Ruther looks like he's wearing his Beats by Dre.
That's right. Beats by Denti.
I look like the kid from fucking Something About Mary. You see my baseball?
Who Who we starting with, Trev?
The last shots call. It was I'm so
Wait, what?
sorry. Best sports crew.
Okay,
Best sports crew.
gotcha.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Bryson, Stripper Dirtball, calling to you from Portland, Oregon this week, making some money out here. And I've been watching the playoffs like we all have, and me and my roommate, we were talking about how the NBA on TNT crew is probably all around the best crew. I think we can all agree with that. And then we came to thinking, and we proposed a question. I figured I'd ask y'all. If you could put together your own crew of guys, who would be like your all-star team of, for a sports crew that you would have, that you could listen to, and you'd have to listen to them every day. And the stipulations are you get one, middle guys or sports broadcaster like an Ernie Johnson or something, and then you get two athletes to choose from as well to be on your crew. So I think I have an idea of one person y'all are going to pick, but I'd just like to hear y'all's answer to that. Y'all have a good one.
Well, Bryson, first of all, you can star with me in Magic Mike 3 since you already are a male stripper.
Oh, is that your boy?
Yeah,
He's up there in Portland.
stripping in Portland.
Yeah, most strip clubs per capita.
Really?
Apparently, male strip clubs too.
I bet when he strips there, he has to strip in Tivas and drink microbrew.
I was gonna say everybody. They do all like the theme thing.
Yeah.
It's always a lumberjack, but like different kinds of lumberjacks. Like one's an actual lumberjack, and now it's like hipster that looks like a lumberjack, and now it's like guy who just owns plaid shirts.
To answer his call, you already said it, bro. To the TNT crew, I wouldn't change anything. Dude, I love them so fucking much. They're the only crew that I watch the halftime, I watch the pregame, I watch the postgame. Last night's thing with the was it last night's thing with the catfish? Did you guys see this? None of you guys have cable. The thing with they were showing.
I see the TNT crew, bro. It's all in the app.
Okay, well, they were showing the thing with the Nashville Predators.
Yeah.
And Shaq came at Charles Barkley with the catfish. Dude, I would not change. That whole team is perfect. Ernie's amazing. I love that team.
Yeah,
That's
they're
it
great.
for me.
They're great. Now, was he? I was a little confused by the question. Were we supposed to put together some sort of super broadcasting team that was going to go cross sports?
It sounded like that, but I'm saying I would choose all three of those guys for any sport. Love those guys.
I'll tell you what. I think Barkley is a guy that is always knowledgeable about pretty much everything. Like he'll weigh in on all sports. I think Dion on the NFL Network is great.
Love Dion.
And if I had to do some sort of super broadcast team, I might have Dion involved just because he played baseball and football, and he's already doing a fantastic job. He's like FaceTiming people in the locker room or Skyping them and shit.
It's a good point.
And then
Dion's my guy.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of who else would be. And just throw Bill Walton in there. Fuck it, right?
That would be a crew, man.
Yeah.
So who you got? You got Dion, Bill Walton, and Charles Barkley.
Yeah, and then I'll just be the Ernie guy. I'll just be the Ernie guy of that crew.
Ernie handles it so well.
Yeah.
Because I don't think people appreciate his job or anyone in his position on those type of shows because that's such a skill learned where he knows when to rein them in, when to let them be themselves. I mean, he's fantastic at it.
Yeah, Ernie's great.
Maybe one day we'll have our own TNT crew sort of thing live from the Smut Studio.
We can only hope.
See my eyes just drifting off?
I mean, you already call me Ernie, so.
Yeah, there you
get that
go.
pretty much.
Look, we already have the
I
Ernie.
mean, you know what? You already call me Ernie, and his name is EJ.
That's right.
So, I mean, we got that figured out.
I think we just. I think EJ's new nickname's Ernie Johnson.
You got a fresh haircut, didn't you?
Yeah,
EJ?
I did. I appreciate you for noticing. Thank you.
Where'd you go, man?
I went to Headliners. Yeah.
That sounds like a strip club.
No, it was
Ruther can't go there. He can only go to MCs.
No, it was a barbershop.
Good joke, by the way. That was really good.
It's a barbershop near, kind kind of close to where I live.
What? So they cut like black dudes, Mexican dudes? Well, you live in Inglewood. It's not.
Yeah. Well, no, but it's a. I mean, they cut anything like
Or any
the
white-
guy. Yeah, there was a white guy that came in after me with an appointment with the same guy that cut my
You know what I think I want to do? Fuck it. I'll say it on air. You know, I keep going through these phases where I want to fuck with my hair. I think I want to get lines in the side of my head.
Please don't.
No, let's do it. I'll take you to the place. Yeah.
I want to do it. Like I'll get a fade like normal, and I get
Yeah.
lines in the side of my head.
Yeah.
Why not?
Just do it. Yeah. You're
I'm-
36. Hell yeah. Let's do
I'm
it.
You're
holding.
36. You're wearing sweatpants and a
Yes.
Thug Life T-shirt.
Yeah, dude, 36. Do it.
Yeah,
You got
I'll-
lines in your hair.
That why not? What the fuck, dude? Here's my thing. I'm getting older. I know it, but I'm holding on a little. Let me do some fun things.
I'm here. I'm encouraging you.
I love this
I'm
guy.
there.
See?
We'll do it.
Love
Tre-
this guy.
Trevor is completely against. Trevor, why are you completely against me getting lines in the side of my head?
Because you are 36.
Yeah.
That's
So?
my reason.
And also, what year is it? What we're getting lines to the
Nobody-
side of our head?
Nobody-
I mean, Brian Bosworth has been dead for 20 years. Like, what the fuck are we talking about here? Who's getting lines in their head?
You know, like with the fade, like how like black dudes have.
no, we
it.
know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, we know what lines are.
We got
Fucking goddamn Vanilla Ice. You can do this. You can do the eyebrows
it.
too.
It's like early 90s, late 80s. Like, what are we?
Hey guys, come on.
You can go kid and play, both fucking lines in your hair. Like, what?
I'll go kid and play. I'll get that goddamn flat top. All right, let's get to another call. Let's do the 231. What do you think? I'll be curious to hear Prano's take on this, or if you even saw any of it.
What up, boys? I gotta ask, what did you guys think about this Michelle Wolf White House correspondent comedy routine? I mean, I know a lot of people on social media and in the news are getting offended by it. I mean, I'm offended because she got invited to do it and I didn't, because our comedic talents are pretty much about the same. With that being said, what do we got to do to get you guys in the White House Correspondents to be the act for the White House Correspondents meal next year? I mean, because you guys are a million times better than Michelle Wolf. With that being said, condoms are for the Tigers bullpen, and catch you later, guys. Peace out.
People were losing their mind over her. What do you want to call it? Speech roasting? What are we calling this?
Yeah, I don't know.
Did you watch any of it?
I did. I watched the whole thing.
You watched the whole thing.
I did because so many people were freaking out. It was like I'm on nobody's side in this.
Sure.
The people that are like, oh, I don't even know, conservatives or just fucking, I don't know, the snowflakes who are upset with what she was saying. Like, she didn't even say anything that bad. She wasn't over the top. It wasn't offensive. Like, everybody's upset she was making fun of fucking Sarah Huckabee Sanders or whatever.
I saw that part.
She didn't even fucking rip her. She actually, like, complimented her looks and then just called her a liar.
Well, that's all she. Well, that's the thing. I'm glad you watched it. I just watched the riffs on Sarah Huckabee Sanders. I'll say this though. Look, comedy's not, and Joe and I both know this. Comedy's not easy. It's just not. It's not easy to make strangers laugh. It's not easy to do that room. Like, so I'll give her that. I'm not going to sit here and like just bash another comic. I haven't seen much of her stuff. I think she has an HBO special. I haven't seen her. I don't watch The Daily Show that much or ever really, outside of watching clips of our boy Michael Costa.
Yeah.
Who's killing it, by the way, on The Daily Show.
She was making fun of herself a lot, which I was
Yeah.
like, no one knows who you are. Don't do that. I've seen people criticize her delivery, and it's like she's doing a fucking corporate gig, basically.
That's what I'm saying.
And she's doing these jokes for the first and only time.
It's not easy. That's what I'm saying. Like these people, it's the same people who want to come at LeBron James. That's
Yeah.
my point. You have no clue how hard comedy is, and like you said, it's a corporate gig for a bunch of stiff fucking conservatives who have a zero sense of humor.
I thought she was fine. I didn't think she killed it. And I didn't think that she said anything offensive. I'm on no one's side of this. Any liberal who's like, the Queen, she took them down. It's like, look, Obama was drinking water from Flint like 4 months after it happened. Like, don't close your thing with Flint still doesn't have clean water. Like, to quote Brett Ernst, Google it. Flint has had water that is drinkable levels of safe since 2 years ago, and people are like both sides on both sides. I just think it was like she wasn't that offensive. She didn't say anything that I was like, oh, that's too far. And also, what the fuck is too far? And then she didn't kill it. I wasn't dying. She had a couple good ones.
Yeah.
And then she was talking about herself a little too much, but it was fine. It's a hard gig.
Yeah, it's a real hard gig. Do you remember how much flack Larry Wilmore took a few years ago when he dropped the N-bomb on Obama?
Yeah.
Which I thought was hilarious.
Yeah. Just, you know what? You want the answer?
It's a payday for her, a big payday.
Yeah. You want the answer?
What do you think she got for that?
I have no idea.
Easily $100,000.
Probably.
Easily. Yeah.
Just have Norm do it every year.
Well,
just have Norm do it. He's like, yeah, Aaron, you know what I don't like about Sarah Huckabee Sanders? She goes up there and she doesn't show her cock.
Well, one thing about Trump, at least they didn't kill anybody like OJ.
Yeah, yeah.
you know he'd work an OJ joke in
Yeah.
there. Yeah, dude, it's not easy, but I agree with you, Prano.
I'm not saying Trump's a bad president, but OJ did get out on his watch there, you know. Watch your wives and your waiters, you know.
It's, you know what it is, and you're right. Whether the right being offended.
Yeah.
The
The
left,
right's the right's in full snowflake mode.
The left acting like she's a savior.
Yeah.
It's the reason people lose their mind over Kanye's tweets.
Yeah.
It's the same shit.
Yeah. And I can't even keep up with Kanye's tweets.
I can't either.
It's also he's just trying to sell fucking shoes that look like Skechers. And you're going to fucking buy them. You're going to buy them. Because you're a loser.
All right, we got a couple more calls. Can we get to those? Por favor, Trevor. Or I should say to EJ, por favor.
Which one next?
Whatever you want, bud. Whatever you want. Rockin'.
Let's go Paul Pierce killed.
Okay. Well,
Somebody wants Paul Pierce killed.
he just is completely teasing the call, but that's cool.
I like it. You used to do that. Remember that?
I did.
Jay from Minnesota. Paul Pierce needs to be killed. I repeat, Paul Pierce needs to be eliminated from being a basketball analyst. That is all.
That's it? That's the call?
You know what, dude? I don't think Paul Pierce needs to be killed, but
When is Paul Pierce doing on ESPN?
I'm just not a fan. I'm not either. Dude, I've been so spoiled, I think we all have, by TNT's crew that when ESPN's crew comes on, and not that I just hate all those people, it's Michelle Beadle, it's Jalen, it's Chauncey, it's Pierce is by far the worst of those four. I can't watch them though, because my point is you've set the bar so high with TNT, and they're so good and they're so knowledgeable, but they're also entertaining that it's I don't give a shit about these other guys.
To me, that crew, I like Chauncey.
Yeah, I'm not saying they're bad.
And I like Jalen.
Me too.
Michelle's the opposite of Ernie Johnson. I when I watch TNT and then I watch ESPN, I'd rather have sex with Ernie Johnson. That's how I leave that. That's how offended I am.
Hot take.
That's how offended I am by how boring and trying to set everybody up, but then doing it in such a terrible way. Stop inserting yourself in this, Michelle Beadle. No one gives a shit. Can we let 3 former NBA players talk the way Ernie Johnson does? Stop fucking being oh, haha, right, Chauncey? Enough.
You know what's
And Paul Pierce, I agree. I guess I agree with this guy because Paul Pierce,
he's the worst of the four of them.
I mean, Paul Pierce is Mr. Paul Pierce went from playing 2 years ago to already being the Scottie Pippen, 90s guy who's it was better when I was there. It's dude, that was 2 years ago, and you stunk.
he played last year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's not a different NBA than when you played.
You know what?
LeBron put his nuts on your forehead
Multiple times.
Yeah, this isn't. Stop acting like you played in a different era.
His nuts were they had a resting spot. Like his nuts have been on his forehead so much.
That's what the headband was there
Yeah,
for.
it's like when you lay in your pillow and there's a mark where your head was. There was a mark on Pierce's fucking head, just for LeBron's nuts. But you know what's interesting with ESPN? I discussed this with our good friend Tug Coker the other day, actually on the phone. We were talking ESPN, and she was actually brought up, Michelle Beadle, and Tug made a great point. Was that ESPN talent is great within ESPN. When they because she left, a lot of people forget that she left to go to NBC Sports, and his argument was when they leave to go out on their own, a lot of them suck.
Right.
Now, Dan Patrick's been successful. There have been exceptions, but the argument is within the ESPN family, these people are great. But let's bring it back to the TNT crew. Any of those guys on their own, including Ernie, of course, are going to be great wherever they go.
Yeah.
I don't know if the same can be said for a lot of ESPN personalities.
Yeah. Not everybody can be Craig Kilborn.
What's he doing these days?
I don't know, but boy, do I miss Kilborn.
I would love, dude.
My favorite Daily Show guy ever. I mean, the only guy who held down the Late Late Show. I loved Kilborn. I'm like a low-key super. I'm a low-key Kilborn super fan.
He's great. Let's get to our last call.
All right.
What the fuck is up, Andy and Joe? It's your boy, M. Burgess Jr., or should I say, your man, M. Burgess Jr. Andy said he likes to see young boys' voice developed, so I'm giving you a vocal update. It's M. Burgess Jr., formerly M. Burgess Jr. But, Andy, that's a little weird. Do you want to see me become a man? Some sort of odd sexual fantasy? R.I.P. Vince. And condoms are for pussies. If you got a problem with how my voice used to sound, step the fuck up or step the fuck off, motherfucker. Condoms are for bitches.
This call gave me so much enjoyment today. I laughed out loud. Thank you, M. Burgess, and it's good to know.
Why did M. Burgess sound like fucking
Chris Mullin?
Yeah, he kind of sounded like Chris Mullin. Who was the other guy in the town, not Ben Affleck? Jeremy Renner. Sound like Jeremy Renner in the town. It's like I'm putting this whole town in my rear view. Like you're like, all right, take it easy, M. Burgess. It was like, remember when Jeremy Renner was doing like fake Boston?
Yeah.
He's like, you're not going anywhere, Affleck. You're staying with me. We're doing this last heist at the Fenway Park. I'm like, all right.
I thought I really enjoyed that call though. That was good. That was a
Yeah.
good accent. And I don't know if you were practicing it. Whatever you did, maybe you killed it the first time. That was good. Thank you. Hotline 310-359-8365. That's the show, man.
Great.
We did it.
We did it.
We did it. And I had to give love. He gave some love. We got to give love to Vince Prano at the end of the episode because he was a trooper and he made it through the other night, and he will greatly be missed by everybody.
Yeah. He was the Dirty Sports mascot.
He was.
And you were a fantastic uncle to Vince.
Thank you.
He, Allie and I were talking about it today. We were talking about some of Vince's favorite people. I was like, he definitely loved Andy Ruther. And you took him on late walks, and I think you were like just enough of like a dad that like didn't pay attention where he knew he would get some pizza.
Oh yeah.
He knew he'd find some fucking shit on the street and he'd eat it. And it probably was what killed him. But I mean, I don't blame you, but no, it was. I said it on Sunday, and I will say it again. I don't, I'm going to try not to get too emotional about it, but like, I said it on Dirty Slides today. In a way, Vince saved my life. I got Vince when I was 25 years old. I had him until I was 38. I was a drunken disaster, and when I got Vince, like you gotta go, like you can't be out all night. You can't find yourself in like random chicks' beds at the next day. Like you got a dog, you gotta go home, you gotta walk your dog, and to have Vince from 25 years old to 38, like he probably saved me from fucking a DUI or a fucking overdose or whatever. And he, I didn't know what it would be like to like have this moment, and it's like, I mean, I feel like I've been punched in the gut, and it's awful. and I've gotten a lot of messages from dirtballs who have lost dogs, with lost family members, and they're like, dude, it's crazy, but it'll get better. But I said it last episode, and I'll say it again. I don't think I'd be here today if I had lost Vince when I was back east, and the dirtballs and the dirtball fam made it so that were very helpful in that not happening and it not crippling me for the rest of my life financially. I've still essentially been crippled by the after effects, but I just don't know what I would have done if that had happened. I got a few more months with him, and they were great. And, yeah, Vince, never forget.
Yeah. Amazing dog. And he gave me just as much pleasure and enjoyment. Okay, that came across really. Joe's like, wait, when I was on trips, what was going on with Andy and Vince? But no, seriously though, those long walks I loved, and I was going through a real tough breakup, and I'm serious, man. I've been thinking a lot about that myself this week. Like it worked out. I was going, I was pretty down, and there was a period where you were gone a lot, and I had him a lot, and it meant the world to me to just have the dog there. And he's the best dog, and he's the best watchdog on top of this.
He's a cat dog. Sit up on the top of the couch.
But one of my favorite things, just as a quick reminder, was I took him to the beach that one night, and I was having so much fun playing with him in the ball in the sand. And you're like, you took Vince to the beach in the sand? And I was like, yeah. And then I tried to bathe him, and you're like, yeah, it was just a disaster. Like, there was sand. He just jumped on my bed. There's sand everywhere. There's sand on the couch. And I was like, that was a big mistake.
He loves the beach. He loved the beach. I mean, it was his favorite fucking thing. He'd play in the surf. He'd chase the ball in the sand. Yeah, you had to come home and immediately bathe him. He'd also probably throw up sand at some point because he would, like, chase the ball, it'd get all wet. He'd eat the sand. Vince, I mean, there's now a process where we're going to get Vince's ashes, and Vince is going to be scattered up in Malibu, his favorite dog ball chasing spot. So that's where Vince will be.
Well, that's great. Well, to reiterate what Joe said, guys, we can't thank all the dirtballs enough for all the love
and all the messages. I know Trevor's got multiple dogs. You got 2 puppies, huh? Get ready, bro. It's like, thank God you have so many years. Like, spending your whole life with these dogs, it's nuts. It's just crazy. But I think you should get a dog next, and I'll watch your dog when you're out of town.
I've been thinking about it for like a year now, basically since I started watching, Vince a couple years ago. But I don't know. It's a lot like you just said, the responsibility.
Yeah. And
I have been kind of a savage myself lately, and I can't be having those late night outs,
Yeah. I mean, if you're, it's crazy. It's like, it makes you change that whether you like it or not. I told a story on Dirty Slides today. When I first got Vince, he was kind of still a puppy. I went out and day drank and came home and I fell asleep, and he ate through my jeans trying to wake me up. And he was like licking my knee, and I was like, "What the fuck is happening?" And I was like, "Well, I guess I'm not this guy anymore."
Yeah.
And it changes your life.
Sure. That's an amazing story.
So now, if anybody wants to stay out all night doing blow, give me a call. 40's the new 20, bro.
Well, they have a lot of chances to do that. I was looking at joeprano.com today.
Yep.
You got a lot of shows going on.
The Stand Up in Stadiums tour hits the road next week. Starts in Oakland. Astros at A's. Then I'm doing 2 shows in San Francisco, a show in Oakland, possibly back to San Francisco on Sunday night. Then I'm back here. Got a bunch of shows in L.A., Tahoe coming up. We're doing Chicago in September, the Dirtball Meetup. Multiple shows in Washington, Seattle, all kinds of shit. All on joeprano.com and at Fix Your Life on Twitter.
Cool. And go to dirtysports.com for anything you need on the show, including merchandise. And drop us iTunes reviews, guys. Please. I know you hear this every episode, but it takes 2 seconds. Give us 5 stars, iTunes reviews. And, of course, follow us on all social media at The Dirty Sports, at Fix Your Life, and at Andy Ruther. And you can follow our interns, who will now have a second The Interns episode debuting when you hear this today. Or we don't want to drop it Friday. It's your guys' call. It's your guys' show. What do we think?
No, we'll do a third one on Sunday. So drop it at ASAP, and then we'll do a third one and drop that one.
I like
on
it.
the
Yeah,
Sunday night routine like we normally do. Like you said, this is a special episode. A
Yeah.
second special episode.
Okay. And you guys can follow them on Twitter at Two-A-Days and at weird Twitter. No. At EJ Gomez and at Trevor_Nickel. Anyway, guys, that's the show. Thank you for listening. Thanks for all the love and support. And most importantly, when you're out this weekend with your lady or guy and it's starting to get hot and heavy and you're Netflix and chilling,
You're watching Magic Mike on Netflix.
or 50 Shades of Grey, don't forget, condoms are for pussies.